Let go or get dragged. Let go or get dragged, girl. Let go of your ex or get dragged down cognitive dissonance. Let go of your toxic relationship or get dragged into trauma. Let go of the wrong job or get dragged down the wrong career path. You're holding on to the back of a car that is going faster than you can keep up with, and eventually you're going to fall. So instead of letting go of the car because you don't trust where the car is going to leave you, you hold on and break every fucking bone in your body. Because that's basically what it is when we refuse to let go. You have to have faith that you can create that again. Whatever it is, the relationship, the friendship, the job, your lack mindset is going to keep you from getting everything you want out of fear of starting over. I think you forgot that you've done this before. This wouldn't be the first time that you've started over. Our brains are designed to lie to us to keep us safe, and your mind is telling you stay where you are. But believe me when I say the only thing worse than not getting what you want is getting dragged through life by what you don't want.
Let go or be dragged. If you don't want to let go of that man, life is going to drag you from him. As in, you're going to be 5 kids in, and he's going to wake up one day and be like, girl, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't. I got a boyfriend. Let go or be dragged. Let go or be dragged. Let go or be dragged. The way that you will learn your lesson will hurt 25 million times more than if you just let go. You people want to get down here on this TikTok, wasting our time talking about 9 years in. Oh, I never saw it coming. You saw everything. You saw it clearly. You didn't want to believe it. There's a difference between not seeing something and it actually not happening. Because it's happening. For all of you guys, you're with someone 5-6 years, they haven't proposed to you. It's happening. It's happened. It's happening now. What is your problem? Oh, I never saw that. You did. You closed your eyes.
Doing a bit of reading with false memories today, and this quote came to my head, and it just reminded me that the reason why you're not successful or why you're not where you are in life is because you are so in love and enamored with the version of you that was instead of the version of you that can be. The hardest part to swallow, because this was me to a T, that if I live enough of my life dissecting the past, figuring out what the past, figuring out what my parents did, or figuring out how my traumas made me who I am. I thought that I'm gonna find some kind of insight. I thought I'm gonna find some kind of answers to help me propel in the future. You know what? That actually does, or it did more harm for me than anything else. Before you guys come at me with fucking pitchforks and everything, I think it's important for us to have insights on what happened to us and for us to be aware of our patterns and habitual programmings. The craziest part is that in the latest research in memory, it says that 50% of the things we talk about in the past isn't even the truth. If you pair that with false memory studies, it's just human memories are very malleable, and it shows that memories can be influenced by misinformations and suggestions, which can definitely lead to creating false memories that feels like the genuine memories. If you're someone who keeps talking about the past nonstop, you keep wanting to talk about, oh, this is who I am because of this, you just keep reaffirming yourself of the version of you that will never take you to the next level. And not just that, you are creating stories on stories and stories that does not even exist because you wanna keep making that story better for the next person to listen to it. We adapt to the story, and we want something more dramatic, we want something more hard-hitting. I think I've experienced that so many times where I'm like, whenever I talk about the past, whenever I talk about like why I'm so fucked up or why I can't move on, is because of that. A lot of the things that we need to do is to find a system that can help us and to remember some kind of truth, semblance of what actually is true, even from just the past month. I've kind of been journaling a lot lately, but I've kind of been cheating and using AI to help me because I actually do not remember even what happened last week. I'm kind of obsessed with this because I don't know, every time I journal when I use this one, it kind of like, if, for example, if I just click this, that day I felt apparently I was being discouraged. What this helps me is to understand that like, hey, this whole month, I felt like shit. Like this whole month, all I did was like feel like shit. And then, I just beat myself because, oh, that month is wasted. But when I actually look at the data, you have certain data recorded like this, it kind of just like reminds you that, look, hey, I've been down 32% of the month, but look, I was peaceful 21% of the month. I was joyful 21%. I'm angry for like 25%, but I'm not the best. I miss a few days, but just having tools that can really define how you were feeling. And I don't know, this is kind of an AI thing and it's kind of crazy, but I can show you that in another video where you can just Look at the things that made you agitated, and you kind of remember, and you're not creating false memories because it's there. And when you look at the important things, like, hey, look, things that made me peaceful that month was these. So maybe spend more time doing these. You don't have to guess anymore. When you have all these collective datas, it kind of makes it easier and you're not guessing. I just need you guys to remember that change is a little bit fickle, and the version of you that you want to be must be created by letting go of the version of you that once was. You cannot create something new where something old currently exists. Spending time in the past not realizing that most of it isn't even true, it's just going to screw us up over and over again. Create a version of you in the future. Create a version of you that exists in the future that you admire the most. It's like your hot shit version of you, and constantly think about that every day. And if you can, honestly, if you can create, false thoughts about that, where you can create stories and stories about like how great and grandeur you're going to be, that helps so much more than constantly creating a victimhood version of you that does not even exist and is not even true. Remember, 50% of the memories we think about aren't even true. If that doesn't wake you up from constantly reliving the past, I don't know what will. Anyways, love you all.
One of my friends told me her favorite Buddhist saying is let go or be dragged, and I think that's so funny because I think it perfectly sums up the spiritual experience. But essentially what that kind of means more or less is that when we hold on too tightly to anything, the fact of the matter is life is but a constant state of change. The only real guarantees in life are aging, sickness, and death. And because nothing is permanent, that is why we touch the present moment, and that's why it's really important for us to really try our best to make the most out of what is happening in front of us right now. But anyway, here's some little tips to help you let go if you feel like you've been struggling with that lately. First and foremost, if you're trying too hard to let go, you need to stop doing that and just accept that the reason why you're not letting go right now is probably because you need to honor the fact that you care about and want something. We are only human after all, and trying too hard to force ourselves to let go is 100% a form of spiritual bypassing. The reason why we also refuse to let go of things is also because we are very attached to specific narratives and stories and stuff, and it's really, really hard for us to be open to the possibilities that the unknown is really scary and you don't know what happens, and sometimes holding on really tightly to something gives us this illusion and sense of familiarity and stability, even if it's actually not doing that for us. Another really great way to let go that I love doing is to redirect my time, effort, and attention into something else if I can. Trying new things, connecting with people in my life, breathing really deeply, going out for a good walk. Those are some of my things. And this one is honestly one practice that is really, really near and dear to me. The idea of letting go is letting in. It was shared by Fa Dong, who was discussing the passing, or knowing that Thich Nhat Hanh was going to pass away soon, but he had chosen to go back to Vietnam instead of staying in his monastery in France. But what's so beautiful about this concept of letting go is letting in is to realize and understand that even if somebody is no longer with us, whether by death or choice to leave, you will always carry the lessons and words and the memories of that person, no matter how far you go along in your life. You have to trust that you are capable of doing that. Anyway, if you have any other tips to letting go, let me know.
Sabi nila, let go or be dragged. Whatever it is you're holding on to, whether tao man yan, relationship, work, opportunity that isn't working hard for you and you're holding on really, really hard. Kung di mo bitawan, di madadala ka lang. Tapos, na-imagine kung gumagano-gano ka lang habang naglalakad. Tapos di mo na control. Kasi nga, maliban sa masasaktan kamay mo, madadala ka. Tapos, you'll be dragged all throughout. And doesn't that kind of suck? Don't you want to be able to decide where you go?
Hey girl, I don't know if you know this, but let go or be dragged. Those are your options. Let go or get dragged. If he's treating you like shit and you're just hanging on, hoping that he's gonna change, he's got you by your hair, girl. He's just dragging you. Detach. Let it go. Hands off. Done. Let go or be dragged. I do the dragging now. I do the dragging. No.